So, after months of rumors, speculation, leaked console designs, leaked case designs, we finally know what the Nintendo Switch Lite is. So let's talk about it. I'm going to talk about the announcement, what's coming in the box, what's not coming in the box, and my thoughts. And maybe you leave yours down below. So with that, let's talk about the announcement trailer, man. Because I woke up to this news and I was just like, whoa, new console? We're not going to talk about a lady's bathwater today? This is great. And I got to say, man, this announcement video nailed what this console is from the first scene. We see 3 kids in a skate park, I think, or just a park, I don't know, Santa Monica, and there's 3 kids playing their Switch Lites. You see the 3 colors, turquoise, gray, and piss yellow. And then someone comes and they have an OG Switch. And so you see them all playing Mario Kart together. And I think that nails down the point of what the Switch Lite is, which is the extension of the Switch family. And this is the beginning of the end for the 3DS. This is now them saying handheld games and Switch games are now one. This is at least their take on it. So awesome. It's great to see that we're going to finally, hopefully, see the beginning of the end for the 3DS. As much as I love that console, it is time for it to go to take that forever nap. With that said, though, they also nailed down the point that this is a portable console. You never see the Switch Lite near a TV. You do actually see a Nintendo Switch playing on a TV, but then you go upstairs to this weird kid and he's just playing his Nintendo Switch in bed. Cool, that's great. Again, nailing down the point that these are 2 separate experiences, but they're one and the same because they can play the same game. Hell, Nintendo Switch Lite is so portable, you could even play this in space. Look at that weird astronaut person, okay? You could play this in space, or you could play it in front of a green screen as you're dressed as an astronaut. Whichever, whatever, you keep your secrets, all right? And so after the segment with the astronaut and the fake kids and all the, actors, we get to the guy that made Mario Odyssey come on stage. And they pretty much just use him as the speaking head for whenever Nintendo has a cool announcement. He comes on stage, he's just like, hey guys, I made up Mario Odyssey. It's a bit overrated. Let's walk over to this TV. He walks over and he's just like, the Nintendo Switch Lite will not have a dock. It will not have a stand. And you heard me right, Mario Odyssey is a little overrated. And then he's just like, it's not even going to have a TV mode. It's strictly a handheld console, which I 110% get. This is something they want to hit the masses with, and a dock in a TV mode. That is extra accessories that they can sell later on, but they don't necessarily need to sell with this console because it's going to cost more, right? So he walks away and then he, whips out the console again and he shows, hey, there are Joy-Cons on this console. They're just not detachable. And I was just like, that's a stretch. Joy-Cons are all about being able to play the way you want, right? Being able to slide off a dock or off the little Joy-Con grip. These aren't Joy-Cons. It's just the system itself. But he tries to nail home how uniform they are to regular Joy-Cons. That's why they're calling them that. But then they rip the console apart and you see that it's a little bit smaller in dimensions. Even the screen's a little bit smaller. It's like a 5.5 inch screen, which I think the Nintendo Switch, if I'm not wrong here, is a 6.2 inch screen. There's a graph on it and I'll throw it on top of this video here. But yeah, essentially saying it's a little bit smaller, which means you're going to get a little bit more battery life out of it. And it's not going to come with HD rumble, and it's not going to come with that stupid IR sensor that you only use in, 1-2 Switch. And those sins pay for what you get on this console. Really, the selling point to this console is you get a D-pad. Dope. I miss you so much. I miss you so much, D-pad. Come back. Seriously, awesome. That was the thing. The only part of me that wanted this console was when I saw that D-pad. It was like, oh man, if only the just regular Joy-Cons had this. But with that, he goes, this is what this console is, and it's going to be sold at $199 US. So with the big announcement out of the way, what are my thoughts on this system? Well, as much as I love my Switch, I never think whatever Nintendo does or whatever Nintendo announces is a surefire hit, right? Like, I don't think just because Nintendo made a VR kit that it's going to be successful or even going to be fun. And I think I've proven that statement with Labo sales not being that great. When I said in the beginning, like, I don't see people cashing out $80 for the first Labo kit, I ended up being right there. So when I look at the Nintendo Switch Lite, you may say, Joe, you're just going to shit on this again, right? Just like you shit on Labo. And that's not the case. Actually, $199 for this console, $100 less than the OG Switch, is a great price. Yes, it doesn't have a dock. It doesn't have any TV mode. That's the point of this console. I see so many people already wanting to just dunk on this thing because it doesn't come with a dock. That is literally the point of this console. It's to target people that maybe want a second Switch, or target people that have a younger kid that, like, the older kid's hogging up the Switch and they want to just give this kid a Switch so that the brothers stop fighting. I know that was the case when I was younger. So I think this is a great secondary Switch for a lot of people's households. This is not going to be the mainline console. They showed that. That's the point of this console. It's not for everyone. It is targeted at kids and at teenagers. It's all about portability. So when I take a look at this console and there's no IR sensor, I'm just like, whatever. No one uses that to begin with. There's no HD rumble. Okay. Most people I talk to, they're not even a fan. It doesn't even faze them. HD rumble. Can we get over this hump? It's not good. Right? So fine, don't care. Comes to the D-pad, great. It's a little bit smaller, dimensions are smaller, great. That means you're gonna get better battery life, and you do, great. This console is a portable one, and it's kind of like the 2DS cake version, a cake slice console that you got back in the day, right? It's a cheap alternative to what is a really great ecosystem. That's what the Switch Lite is. So looking at this console, knowing it's not for me, I could actually see parents go, okay, well, it is $100 less, and little Jimmy's gonna shut up for 15 minutes, and I'm all down for that, right? I even see kids getting excited for this as a secondary Switch as well, or their first Switch, right? Like, this is definitely aimed for younger kids. You're not gonna have people fighting for the TV as much. So for me, looking at this console, I'm actually all on board with it. I think it's a great idea, and I think the price point is great. Any lower is just questionable. Like, again, I see people arguing that, well, there's no TV mode, then there's no dock. Are you kidding me? It's like, yeah, there's no need for a dock. There's no TV mode. What do you want this console to be? $150? Because that is definitely not realistic whatsoever. So at the end of the day, my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch Lite is, look, it comes out September 20th, I believe. I think the same day as Link's Awakening. It's going to be an awesome handheld console. This launched at the same price as the 2DS XL, and it's a more capable machine that's going to be supported on the long run. This is Nintendo merging their handheld market, hopefully, with their home console audience. And I hope it works, because as much as I love the 3DS, it is showing its age. There are less and less games coming out on a yearly basis for it. And this is a great way of targeting that mobile audience that wants a console experience but on the go. So at the end of the day, I know it's not for me because the console's just going to be too small for my old man hands, but I'm excited to see where this console goes in the future. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, I don't have really much extra to say other than I'm down for this idea. I think there's also a Pokemon Sword and Shield version coming, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm not buying it day one, but I like the idea of it, so I want to know what you guys think down below. Are you buying this on day one? Are you excited? Do you think this is stupid? Why not? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like news, rants like these, first impressions, should you buys, unboxing, a PlayStation podcast called The Trophy Room each and every Thursday, then please hit like, share, subscribe. It helps me out, builds and grows this big, beautiful family that I call home, because that's what it's all about here. It's all about the conversation. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody keep your wits about you, and have a nice one.